And it says we're live. Where in the hell is that coming from? Oh,
And
over
every
here. Got it. I gotta just pause it.
or- or-
There it is. Okay. Now I just gotta get my pop-up chats and we're good. Anyways,
Okay,
um,
well, good evening. Today is Thursday, August the 13th at exactly 6 p.m. Guess what? We're on time for a change. And we decided at the very last minute we were going to go live and pulled everything together within, oh, I'd say an hour and a half. So we hope you enjoy today's podcast. Um, before we even begin, I just have to tell you that I went to get a drink of iced tea and bring a bottle of water back, okay?
mm-hmm.
And I had a plate from dinner and a soup bowl from lunch that I never made its way back to the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow I managed to kind of slip and threw the soup bowl that still had some broth in it up into the air and onto the bedroom floor,
That sounds
to
like
which
fun.
that deserted big MFer. So then I went and just said, I'll get the soup when I come back, get paper towels, all of that. And then we went to the refrigerator and I got some iced tea and a bottle of water. Then I came back to the sink to wash my hands. I wash my hands, I go to reach for the paper towel. I smack the bottle of water onto the floor, which went all over the dog food who had just eaten. And my man cannot keep his food in his dish. So the bottle of ice cold water had dog food all over it. But not only that, somehow I was able to get the broom that Eric had left near the dog's dish from yesterday and hit the broom, which had the dustpan attached to it, which that flew up in the air and onto the middle of the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to come back in, try to tramp over the soup, drop everything well, I had to wash the bottle of water. I've been MFing at the top of my lungs for the last 5 minutes.
Like a sounds like a day.
Just
Well,
was the That just is what happened right while I was trying to get to you at 10 to 6.
uh-huh. I can believe it.
Yeah, uh-huh. Bit of time. Mhm.
Well, it's kind of like my
I need
day.
to,
My
like,
son pushing the repair on his scooter till 9 a.m., knowing he had to be to work at 10 a.m., which meant I had to drive him because a screw fell into the engine itself. And when we went to pull it over, you hear clunk, and it's like, oh shit, don't do that. So I ended up having to drive his happy butt to work today. Mm-hmm.
into that a little bit more, but we thank everybody for joining Rex Sisters. We welcome those from YouTube, Rumble, X, especially Pilled, Spotify, and Twitch. We post on Instagram, Blue Sky, Truth Social, TikTok, and are not quite human yet on Facebook. We appreciate everybody's support. You'll see going across the screen some information if you'd like to donate to our Cash App. And regardless, if you would kindly press the like button, give us a follow, subscribe, comment, respectfully, of course, or else we'll kick you out. Set your notifications, and more importantly, share the video. Also, we have a Discord. You'll either see the bot go by or one of the mods may share it, or I might throw the link out myself. Um,
It's also in the description of every
did you
video in the link tree.
it is. And we want to thank everybody that has been supporting us out on Rumble. We've surpassed 100. Woohoo! Which means we now are woohoo monetized for, I believe it's what, 1 penny on every.
Yeah,
100 views.
the ad
Woo-hoo!
revenue.
So we're gonna make a lot of money. Woo-hoo! On Rumble. Pilled viewers, we are shocked, absolutely shocked at the numbers that we're pulling in what, 4 days, Crazy
Hmm.
B?
We've had over almost 600 views on 4 videos and counting. Last I checked, it was 597. It keeps going up. So yeah, we're getting
Special shout
views.
out to 2 people. Yes, ma'am. We wanna give a shout out to 2 special people. One is JJ for spreading the word of Rex Sisters everywhere he goes. Uh, I think it's because of him we've done so well on Pilled, and he's helped us out tremendously on Rumble. And we'd also like to thank Blue Rose for her support as one of the moderators, and she will send us articles and maybe do some back end research at times. And we thank everybody for everything that they've done to make us successful. And so hopefully that will continue.
Hmm.
Um, so the reason we are live today is I was to have that CT scan. And as Crazy B knows, the only word for it that would sum it up, and I'm going to say it, is a clusterfuck. How 2 separate CT scans with contrast and without were scheduled turned out to be 5 to 6 individual CT scans. I will never, ever know. But I ended up having to cancel my appointment today, and they are booked out almost 8 weeks. So we're going to take things in the order of importance, and whenever they schedule it is when they schedule it, and so be it. Now, for sure, no, I should never say for sure. Tentatively, next Thursday, we will be dropping that video as I have a personal function to attend to that I cannot miss because it's an important family member's birthday. And so we will be out celebrating, and we'll drop the crazy Saturday video next Thursday then. So that's kind of the where we're at with the schedule. And then Crazy B, has anything else happened with the FBI or anything, or have you gotten any crazy calls again
The
today?
calls have stopped.
You're kidding.
Well, I told them I called the FBI and reported all the numbers I've had so far, and they haven't called back.
So it works.
I literally
Go
told them
figure.
I have reported you to the FBI. Boom.
Wow. Wow.
Hmm. It works.
That's amazing. Wonder if just the threat of saying that you called the FBI is enough.
Maybe.
Hmm. All right. Well,
Like I said,
hopefully
I
it stays
reported the
up.
numbers that they have called on to the FBI. Oh yeah, that's traceable.
Definitely.
Mm.
Yep. Were they all random numbers, or
Ironically,
did they have different
no, they're all local phone numbers, which I could mistake easily for my doctor's office, like an extension to the doctor's office, because it is a literal local number. And it's like, dang. Every time I answered, it was some jackass. And but I do get quite a few calls from my doctors. So yeah, I the fact that, and you know, the thing is an older person with dementia or hearing problems might not realize the AI voice part that at the beginning of the call, and it could be like, it could easily trap them. And so For me, it's more like y'all are dirty motherfuckers for doing this, and watch what I do. So yeah, that's when I just reported it. Yeah. And by the way, if you get scam calls, there's pertaining to anything federal government like Social Security and stuff like that. There's a website and a phone number you can go to deal with it in the description of the video. So yeah, I think they use the local numbers just because it's easier to trick people.
I oftentimes get those calls, but my phone, when the call comes in, my phone will flag it as if it's potential spam. So
I didn't
that's
get
one good
potential
thing.
spam.
And
No, my phone is set up to do
really
the same thing. It does not say potential spam. On all the numbers I reported to the FBI, not one triggered a potential spam notification.
crazy.
Yes.
Wow.
So, yes, they've gotten clean numbers and they are using them.
All right. Well, we got a lot to get through today. Let's hope that we can squeeze it all in. But this is a special. We should have named it a special.
True. I can
And
go back and change the title later.
Yeah, I've actually been collecting data on the data centers for artificial intelligence for a future show. However, somebody else I'd like to recognize is the reason for this whole program is somebody that is in our group by the name of Striker, and he sent the initial uh, YouTube short or video rather regarding this subject, and I was able to go out and find all the detail that went behind it. And after Crazy B and I talked about it, we thought it would be a good idea to at least begin to broach the subject because we both have concerns about artificial intelligence
Mhm.
and its use. And Senator Josh Hawley out of Missouri, not Michigan. I have Michigan on the brain because of other things, but out of Missouri, spoke at a conference and basically said that either we do something about AI or AI is going to do something about us. And so let's see what the city of Festus had to do.
We have a new follow from Junior 1986J over on Rumble. All right. Oh, did I lose you? Uh-oh. My internet's acting up. Hold on, it's my internet. Oh, there. Okay. I'm back, I think.
I
My
think you can hit play on this one.
uh, my internet hates me today. Isn't this the video of the YouTube that's right up next?
I don't know. That's a good question. Is it?
It looks like
We'll go
it.
ahead and play it.
All right. If it will.
Well, after months of debate,
Oh,
local
nope, it's a
leaders
little different.
passing a plan to bring a data center to Jefferson County. This is taking place in Festus. That
I
data
can't
center would
hear
be
it.
right off of West
Oh,
60.
that's right. I got to do the full screen share. One moment. I apologize. Okay, now you
That
should.
map,
7 in
the
County
map.
Road CC. Our Kimberly
I
Donahue
know.
has been following this story from the beginning and has the latest on the decision that has been months in the making.
Crowds of people out behind me here at Festus High School. An emotional night culminating in the plan to develop a data center here in Festus moving forward.
Bill 4870 has passed.
Like, we are literally being invaded.
A big project like this is wonderful for the community.
A divided city of Festus making their heard one last time before council's decision. Advocates and protesters packed Festus High School Monday night before the city council's vote to develop 360 acres of land, Highway 67.
We do not want the data center to come here.
Rosalind Daniels and her daughter Murray live in the Ashford subdivision, close to the site of the proposed project. Her home is one of nearly a dozen covered in a voluntary buyout program developers seek to establish.
We should be doing this on our own instead of other people having to make us leave or try to buy us out.
You know, over $500 million going to the schools and $1.3 billion in taxes. I think that would do so much to lift up our community.
Austin Jackson, there are several.
First and foremost is all the jobs it'll bring to our community. And second off is
What
all the
jobs?
taxes it'll bring to the
What jobs? It's an AI data center. You have like 4 or 5 dozen techs keeping the servers from breaking down or getting them back up as quick as possible. And oh, you might have a janitor.
A robot could probably do that.
Yeah. I don't see it bringing as many jobs as he thinks it's going to bring.
community. You know, there's a lot of cities that have been left behind because of lack of progress, and I don't want Festus, our wonderful community, to fall into that.
The city says the initial investment will be at least $1 billion in construction and property. First Alert 4 has been reporting on the 5-month fight between many city residents and the council. Rosalind Daniels says she'll stay vocal regarding the project.
I keep telling her it will be okay, but she knows that we're going through something.
Mayor Sam Richards told us last week tonight's decision is not the final word on the plan. He says no formal plans have been submitted to the city, and once they are, there will be at least public meetings about them. Reporting in Festus, Kimberly Donahue, First Alert 4.
Huh. Okay. Stopping that.
Doing a quick search on.
How many people does it really take to run an AI center?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it's as much as they think it is. Your construction crew, that's a temporary job. When you talk about permanent jobs, it is not nearly as many as they try to make it out to be.
20 to 50 on-site workers are needed. Large scale, the big ones, campuses could maybe have 100 to 200 permanent jobs.
Yeah.
Which breaks down roughly to 20 to 40 operators an hour. Yep.
Or a shift, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's oh, sorry. I was gonna say it just is so stupid the way they think it's gonna bring in jobs, but really it's not.
Here is a breakdown. Local governments frequently debate data center tax incentives because these facilities create far fewer permanent local jobs than traditional factories relative to the money invested. So, for example, the ARC AI, and we'll have this in the description, the ARC AI data center expansion in Ohio was $136 million. It created 10 jobs.
Yeah.
The automotive venture in South Carolina, $120 million, created 400 jobs. The hyperscale campus, if it's $1+ billion, is roughly 1 to 200 jobs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Wow.
really don't see this being the win they think it is. there'll be temporary construction work, but long term, it ain't going to help as many as they think it is. Oh, did I?
Go ahead.
Oh, I thought I lost audio again. This one was from 4 months ago.
Now this is the
Okay.
basically now this has been this has been ongoing. But this basically sets up, so that video that we saw was for March 30th of 26 of this year. Next up, we have the city council members and what happened to them after the vote, because the council approved the data center to go forward.
All right.
Call it a protest or revenge. Tonight, 4 council members in the Jefferson County town of Festus are out of office after last night's municipal election. The catalyst for this, a recently approved data center. First Alert 4's Russell Kinsall is hearing from 2 of the new council members tonight. Russell?
Well, anger over approval of a data center fueled a voter turnout more than double the same election last year. But the mayor tells me tonight it's too late for the council members to stop the data center.
We spoke loud and clear yesterday that we don't want this.
Erica Carter has been one of the leaders of a large and vocal community movement to stop a data center in Festus.
Bill 4876 has passed.
And after the Festus City Council voted 6-2 in favor of an agreement with the developer to build one, leaders were accused of not listening to the will of the voters, and voters vowed to oust the council members.
I'm so proud of Festus and the residents and coming out and voting and showing them that we, as a city, do not want this data center.
Rick Belleville and Dan Moore are 2 of the candidates for council who campaigned on stopping the data center.
They feel like their voices weren't heard through this process with the data center, and they let their voices be known yesterday in this election.
The anger over the data center fueled a spike in voter turnout. All 4 challengers won big.
The people have reached out and said, this has been done behind closed doors. It's been done in secrecy, and we want it stopped right now.
At Festus City Hall, Mayor Sam Richards told me the 4 incumbents who lost are disappointed.
Managed to get 4 incumbents voted out. So,
That's their right.
that's their right.
The goal of the 4 new council members is to stop the
Was it just me, or does that mayor seem a little too old to be mayor?
What, on the order of Joe Biden
Yeah,
being president?
kind of. Not quite as bad, but getting there. Uh-oh. Oh, please tell me my internet.
What's up?
Oh, it sounded like it just went dead silent. I don't know if you responded to what I had said last.
But go ahead.
Okay. I hate storms.
the data center, but Mayor Richards told me they can't. It's too late.
That contract has already been signed with CRG. I signed it 3 or 4 days ago. And
Wait, so he
CRG
signed it before they even announced the vote went through?
I didn't. Buffering for me, so I didn't hear how many days he said.
He said 3 or 4 days ago.
Did he say?
My internet. Why is this doing this to me? Hold on. Can you hear me better? Oh, crap. Uh-oh. Is it your weather or my weather?
Going on here.
I just lost you for a good 3 minutes.
Then here we go again.
I don't know if it's weather or the ghost. Uh-oh. Blue Rose
This
is saying,
video over.
no, but Blue Rose is saying that your audio is horrible. And I don't know why, because it's coming through good over here. I can hear you okay, but it shouldn't be coming out awful. Let me,
It comes into you and then goes out, right?
yes. And that's why I'm wondering which of my settings is causing your audio to sound bad. No, everything's the way it has been. It's not changed. So it must be my internet connection. All right. Do you want me to finish playing this video? Oh,
G signed it.
Why would you respectfully disagree?
This appears to be the first clash between the mayor and the new council members. Those new council members say attorneys have given a different opinion to them.
The council can vote to suspend the agreement. Any monies that's been given to the city then would be returned to the developer.
And Festus residents opposed to the data center aren't finished yet. They're collecting signatures to force a recall vote for the mayor and for council members who were not up for re-election. Russell Kinsell, First Alert 4.
A lot more to follow with that one. All right, Russell, thank you.
Okay, that's that for that.
The town was upset enough that 4 new challengers beat out the 4 incumbents. That says a lot.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Yeah, in one place. I don't remember seeing those numbers anywhere else.
I know it's happened before, but it's a rare thing.
Okay, what's next?
Next up, whoops, is this one. And there we go. Let's bring that over.
So right after the members were ousted, can you enlarge that for me, Crazy B?
I can't. Whoopsie. What did it do and why did it do it?
That's good.
And now it's, I think, too big.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that okay? Here's what we're
A little
gonna do.
smaller.
We're gonna stretch it out.
Okay. So right after, days after, literally, the members were ousted on April the 8th. The new council members come in. During that time between the 8th and the 15th, so 1 week effectively, one of the other council people, Staci Templeton, was one of the 2 no votes in a 6-2 council vote to approve the plan. She told the mayor she was resigning for personal family reasons. Now, they're saying that this is very interesting that she resigned even though she had that no vote. So, she turned her resignation in from Ward Ward 2 seat. Templeton resignation followed the Monday, April 13th meeting, which she attended. She had been a councilwoman for the last 5 years. I leave this seat with my belief in the importance of public service completely undiminished and my integrity intact, she said in a statement today. April 15th, so actually it was only 2 days. I hope the community will support the leaders who show up to serve it and will make it possible for them to do so. City council leaders have been embroiled in a controversy over a proposed data center development project since it became known to the public in the fall of 2025, when the council approved an agreement for the project with developer CRG of St. Louis. Templeton was one of the 2 no votes in a 6-2 council vote to approve it. Mayor Sam Richards said Templeton notified him at the end of the last week of her intentions. Yes, she resigned, he said on Wednesday. She told me on Friday. He said she told him she was resigning for personal family reasons. Now,
And they want us to pay to read more.
But we'll have it in the description. There are rumors of what transpired, and I don't like to put that out there,
Oh, I
so
can just imagine what the rumors are. Oh, you don't even gotta. Oh my God. Okay, let's speculate. Let's go theology, like thesis and theory mode. Do you think she was getting threatened for the no vote?
I don't know because the majority of the town didn't want it. So you would think that
But
she
the
would
mayor
be
did.
okay with it.
But the mayor
Right.
wanted it. What if he was threatening, or maybe the data center was putting pressure on the city council to do it? Not just the mayor. Maybe it was the data center starting to put too much.
Or I'm thinking she was somehow. Hold on, I got to mute 1 second.
Okay.
I almost hung up on you. Hold on.
Uh, hmm.
Oh my lord. Hold on a second. I have to get up now because I think that somebody got a hold of something out of the trash can. Oh my lord.
Would it
I'm
be a
gonna kill
Rex Sisters
somebody.
episode if something like this didn't happen? Whether it was my son
I'm
coming in with a
telling
one-liner to get us banned, or a cat, or a dog, or a family member, we've all got it.
out of there. And leave him alone. Get. Lord.
I hear you.
Oh. Leave. Not a the young child, my children, this dog, these cats, this husband, all of it. I think I'm gonna hide after the show.
I don't blame you. I really can't say I
Hey,
blame you.
I apologize, people. Somebody had a bag wrapper in their bed chewing it. Oh, okay. So anyway, what if she was, I don't know, secretly like for them or something, even though she voted no?
Because of the
What if she
bill.
was,
Yeah, that could be.
yeah, you know, you know,
But I mean, it wouldn't be the
but
first time
it,
we've heard of corporations going after locals in very ridiculous and kind of scary ways. And there aren't many lawyers that'll go up against them.
they're too big to take on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was in not like a situation like this, but I was in a situation and we sought legal counsel, and why they said we had a great case. The issue is, do you want to go up against them? Because you're going to pay.
Oh yeah, one way or another, they're gonna make you miserable.
Mm-hmm.
You're either gonna
Yes.
cave, or you're gonna regret not doing it.
So Eric and we while I, you know, obviously we talked about it and we thought it best to walk away. Still
Mm-hmm.
makes me wonder if I would have pushed forward through with it, what would have happened? Because I would have liked to take them down, but
You probably
oh
wouldn't
well.
be here
I
to
can
have
stand.
this conversation today. Knowing
This
what
is
I
true.
know about that
Hey,
circumstance, you probably would not be here today to
yes.
talk about it.
Working where I've worked in previous positions, I know for a fact that you could disappear and never be found.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yes. That is so very true.
But it happens every day.
Oh, yeah. Jimmy Hoffa.
Right? All right, so our girl Staci resigns, and what happens next after that, after her resignation, in comes uh this speech by Senator Josh Hawley. He's a senator from Missouri. He does this takedown of how the town council was taken down. So you want to listen to what he has to say.
Missouri is a river town of about 12,000 people, just south of St. Louis. It sits right along the bluffs of the Mississippi River. Now, a couple of months ago, a city council meeting there packed hundreds of local residents into a high school gymnasium. I don't know if you've ever been to a small town city council meeting, to a planning board or commission meeting. People do not come to these things in the middle of the week. They don't come to them ever. They did in Festus that night, and one by one, nearly 40 different citizens went to the microphone and lined up to ask questions. The deal was this: the city council was going to approve a $6 billion data center. The residents had questions, and they spent hours forcing the council members to answer them. Questions like, who pays for the power? What happens to our water? What happens in the end to our town? The city could only answer by pointing to the developer's promises that everything will be okay, promises that the developer would pay for all of it. Standing on those promises, the council approved the project. 1 week later, the Festus voters gave the council their own answer. Every incumbent up for re-election lost his or her seat. Every single one. People of Festus did not ask to be at the center of our national argument about artificial intelligence, but they did prove something our forefathers would have recognized at once: that the choice this country must make is still made by us, not for us. That's the covenant asserting itself. Free men and women refusing to be ruled by promises that they never consented to.
Amen. I like that.
And I mean, you and I have talked extensively about AI, and he is not wrong whatsoever.
But
You didn't
everybody
ask.
knows my stance.
Nobody was asked whether or not to put this in. The people didn't get to vote upon it. They were just told. What type of promises are we given? Is this in writing, guaranteed
Not a
that
guarantee.
we
No.
know of? Right, nothing is, right? So what happens to the water supply? Who is actually paying for power? And we've heard mixed stories, right? We've heard that, oh no, the people aren't going to pay for it, the data center is, but yet we've heard other stories where people are actually paying for it.
My taxes went up because of
What's
a bordering state's data center.
why? What is it about the data center that requires so much money to run it?
You have to
With
cool those servers. The servers have to be in a very cool room, otherwise they will overheat and melt components and fry it out.
need to take back the country over AI, we know to hit the water supply.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And again, like, I mean, you've all heard me say it. I get where AI is good for a couple things, but the purposes they are putting it into, and I mean even our military, the stuff they are tampering with, scare the living hell out of me. And that is why I don't like being part of it as much as possible. Including fighting back with the menus and the phone calls. So, how many times have I threatened the AI bots on those menus for the customer service?
Well, I never talk to them. I always say customer service rep. They keep going, and I just keep repeating the same phrase over and over.
It works faster if you
Because
threaten
once you
harm to the company. When you threaten to cancel your services over it, or you threaten the bot in general, they get someone on there in less than a minute. I've had that happen routinely. When you sound angry, but then you go in calm talking to the representative, yeah, it's all good.
So Josh Hawley is leading up, and we'll get into him later when we really start delving into the AI takeover. He's leading a charge against, as I mentioned, artificial intelligence, and there is some info we'll get in, that we'll share. So he goes into this meeting in June and tells everybody about the takedown in Missouri, and basically is saying that you can, and we've discussed this many times as well, is to get involved at your local level. That really is where you want to be versus concentrating so much on these federal issues. You know, we usually talk about, we'll get into small details about people, but we're talking about Mandami and uh the leaders in Chicago
What
and
you
what's
don't
going
want in
on.
your area.
Right, right. And so if you see things, for example, my township flipped from Republican to Democrat, and it was basically because Republicans were too lazy to get up and go vote. And if you don't get up and go vote, you're going to lose out, and other people are going to make decisions for you. One of the offices up in, I believe it's Michigan, Crazy Bee, if I recall correctly, is now all Muslim men.
Oh, that's actually a couple
And
places.
they're,
They just like to blame
yeah,
those areas because it's the names most commonly used.
they use Arabic names on their door plates. And so, how are the American citizens getting served by this?
Probably
I
because
don't
there's
know.
no
There are no.
actual Americans that speak English alone, and basically no white people
Okay.
in Hamtramck and Dearborn anymore. I would put money on it. They've ran everybody out.
Better wake up. That's all I have to say. So get involved in your local government. You can see that this small town of 12,000 people was able to garner enough people to run and beat the incumbents and do exactly what the people wished. They don't want to see the data center. Unfortunately, however, let's see what happens next.
Oh, did you want to read it or?
This is you can if you want. Is this the Heartlander one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, go
I'm
ahead. You can
chewing
read it.
ginger. Hold on. Sorry.
I'll read it then. You go ahead. You chew your ginger. I'll read it.
Okay.
Can you enlarge it just a tad? That really didn't do anything. Maybe.
I'm
Okay.
trying to find it.
I didn't know if you heard me or not.
Mhm.
Okay, a battle over a multi-billion-dollar artificial intelligence data center near St. Louis has moved to the national stage. Senator Josh Hawley, Republican out of Missouri, used the ongoing political upheaval in Festus to illustrate what he calls a fight for the nation's moral covenant against big tech. Although petitioners gained enough signatures to recall the city's mayor and two councilmen, the Festus City Council voted Monday not to move forward with the recall elections. Hawley's keynote address at the 2026 American Compass New World Gala, which we just watched, last week focused on the great risks AI poses to American workers, arguing it is a direct threat to the country's moral fabric. He warned the rapid deployment of AI is creating a K-shaped economy in which a small group of tech elites rises to incredible wealth while ordinary workers are pulled down. The upper arm grows fabulously rich, Hawley said at the National Building Museum in Washington, D.C. The lower arm gets quietly replaced in what is harder to bear than the loss of a wage, quietly less needed. The senator rejected the idea that government should step out of the way and let capitalism dictate the future. Instead, he argued the economy must be shaped by a moral vision of putting people ahead of money, drawing parallels to historic efforts such as the Homestead Act and the creation of the 8-hour workday. When the council approved the project based on the developer's promises, voters responded at the ballot box by ousting every incumbent up for re-election just 1 week later. The people of Festus did not ask to be at the center of our national argument about artificial intelligence, Hawley said, but they did prove something our forefathers would have recognized at once, that the choice this country must make is still made by us, not for us. Hawley called the backlash the covenant asserting itself, saying the residents of Festus are not a clear sign working class Americans won't tolerate a future designed entirely by Silicon Valley. This is the administrative state, this time with venture capital behind it, and I have the same objection, and it is a covenant objection, Hawley said. A country governed by experts is not self governing. A country governed by oligarchs is not a republic. And men who answer to nothing higher than their own appetites are living by the very liberty. John Winthrop warned us against the liberty that is really license, the law of the jungle, wearing the mask of innovation. I'll tell you instead what I'm for. I'm for the republic, I'm for the citizen, I'm for labor, the community, and the family. I'm for the worker, I'm for the small town, I'm for the constitutional inheritance that says this country belongs not to a board and not to a bureau, but to the people of the United States.
I see him getting reelected quite a few more times.
Oh, yeah. See him eventually maybe running for VP or
Higher
president, actually.
office. Yeah, he's relatively young. I think he's not even like 30 yet. Or maybe he's in his 30s.
I think he's in his 30s. I know he has a couple young kids, I think.
Yeah, so he's got a long way to go in a career that usually lets people stay until they're 90. So, we're doing pretty good. He's got another 60 years.
Let's say that. If you hold on, let me pull up his
Oh my God, sorry.
That's freaking.
I am so
Hold on a
sorry.
sec.
That just rolled out. No filter.
Let me pull up his Wikipedia just real quick so that we have it. Here's me typing in John Wikipedia. I mean Josh. Oh my gosh, Dee, it's time. It's been a long day.
JJ, actually, this isn't pre-record. We're live right now. Because turns out that scan did not happen today, after all. So, long story short, but yeah. So we are live, not pre-recorded.
To the beginning, JJ, we gave you a nice little shout out.
Big shout out.
Crazy B, here comes his Wikipedia page.
Okay.
There you go, ma'am.
Where the hell is it? There it is. As you can see, I gotta get my second monitor working. I really do. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. Now, there we are. So he is actually only a couple years older than me. Okay. He's 4 years older. Uh-oh, where did my Discord go? Oh, you still there? Okay.
Come on.
So he was born on December 31st. He is one of those New Year's babies. At 1779. Uh-huh. 1979. He's been in Missouri, it looks like most of his life. He was born in Arkansas, to a teacher and a banker. Okay. Good old-fashioned upbringing, probably. He went to the University of Missouri for law, Missouri School of Law, and a faculty member of the conservative Blackstone Legal Fellowship. Okay. So he's just been part of Missouri like his entire life, out after school. He was a Missouri Attorney General that Hawley initiated several high-profile lawsuits and investigations, including the lawsuit against the Affordable Care Act under Obama. Good job. An investigation into the Missouri Governor Eric Greitens, and a lawsuit and investigation into companies associated with the opioid epidemic. That would be the CDC, sweetheart. You just don't go after the pharmaceuticals, go after the CDC and the FDA and the DEA. His political beliefs have been described as populist and socially conservative. He objected Joe Biden's certification in 2020, which he did. He did not accept it. Actually, quite a few people didn't. So yeah. Trying to see.
Why is stuff
Oh, go ahead.
is randomly falling everywhere, that's all.
So yeah, it turns out he's been in politics since 2016, more or less. Hold on. What is this? There was something about the death of Torrey Sanders, and I'm wondering what this has to do with him. So on May 5th of 2017, Torrey Sanders, a black motorist who had taken a wrong turn in Tennessee, they ran out of gas in rural Mississippi County, Missouri. He had gotten lost and was confused. He asked a gas station attendant to call the police for assistance. Deputies responded and put him into protective custody.
hold on. A black motorist who had taken a wrong turn in Tennessee ran out of gas in rural
Yes.
Mississippi County, Missouri?
Yes.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Oh, it's very possible. Tennessee and Kentucky both touch Missouri. I'm 4 hours from
But
Missouri.
he made so he made a wrong turn, and then as he continued to drive, then he ran out of gas in
Yes.
Missouri.
Yes.
Uh,
Their wording
That
sucks.
does not. The sentence structure had me confused, which is easy to do right now. So, just saying.
Been there, done that. But evidently, the deputies who responded to him put him in protective custody in the county jail. His mental condition deteriorated further, and he resisted when they tried to move him to a medical facility. They ended up repeatedly pepper spraying and tasering him throughout the day. This led to a team of cops and jailers into the cell to swarm Sanders, who went into cardiac arrest and died. Holy shit, I hope he went after them with a vengeance. Oh, wow. In an unrelated case, Hutchinson, the same sheriff, pled guilty and was sentenced in 2019 to 6 months in federal prison for unrelated crimes like wire fraud, identity theft related to illegal tracking of 200 private cell phone users. He resigned after his plea and can no longer work as a law enforcement officer. Wow. Following the murder of George Floyd while in custody of Minneapolis police in 2020, interest in Sanders' case revived against hope.
hold
What?
up. Was it? Read the paragraph above because that tells what happens.
Well, I'm sure they all got sent to prison.
Sanders.
Yeah. Hawley determined that those who assaulted Sanders had not intended his death and did not file murder charges. Really? Heck, lawmakers in the NAACP Missouri chapter criticized Hawley for his handling of the death and failure to prosecute. That was clearly they should have called in medical and had him transferred, sedated and transferred. Would have been the smart thing. Yeah, there is. He said no one can be held criminally accountable for Sanders' death. Now that was a guy who, again, I haven't seen all the facts. I don't know all the facts. We're taking a Wikipedia statement, and I would like to know more about it. That's an interesting thing I'm going to have to look into, because that don't make sense with what they just described about going in and tasering him and pepper spraying him throughout the day instead of just getting medical staff in there. There's got to be more to it.
Where that Wikipedia and other organizations, news outlets, etc., content creators tend to exaggerate when it comes to their work. So I'm sure that if in actuality that above paragraph actually happened the way that they wrote it, I find it hard to believe that he would not have prosecuted at least one person.
If it
And
went
at
as
least the person in
described.
charge.
Yeah.
Correct. If as described, it was to that extent, I would see Hawley, rightly so, to be, with the black community, to be upset with them. But if they claim, just like with Fauci, the charges can't be filed, then charges can't be filed.
Unfortunately.
Well, they can be, but then it's a frivolous lawsuit,
I
nothing
don't
but
know
a
if
waste
enough
of
of the
money.
states decide to go after him. It's not frivolous. They can go after him on a state level. He's only cleared of federal charges. No one said
Right, but
anything
I'm
about
talking
state.
about in this case, yeah.
I'm talking about
Yeah.
with
So
Fauci, like you were saying.
Fauci.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have info on that we'll bring next week on Fauci. So Fauci, look forward to Fauci part 2 next week.
Mm-hmm.
A little more in depth. What we did yesterday and Tuesday, I'd say, was background info.
Yeah.
And I'll get into a little bit more of the meat. But again, going back to this story, again, the way they write this stuff, it seems sensationalized, right?
Mm-hmm.
That as soon as you hear it, it invokes all of these feelings inside you. And you're like, what do you mean? Like, oh my God. But yet, do we really know the facts in the case?
Yeah. That's why, like I said, I would like to know a little bit more about that. The story itself, the full story, because something don't seem right that he would not press charges on something as described right here. That is bizarre.
Okay, go ahead.
Is there any more in here we need to cover?
Look at it.
No, in like 1 minute, a minute ago. Go get him. It's 6. It's 6 o'clock. Go get your son from work. No. Sorry. Anyone want to borrow my family for a few days? Oh my God.
My own issues.
Yeah, I hear my phone. Where is my phone? Why does he call me? Why can't he call you? 1 minute. I'm sorry. I don't know where my phone is. And it's annoying me.
Where it is.
It's probably on my chest. Yeah, it is. Let me message him that. No. Just go. Oh my God, please. So I can have a little bit of time to talk through this article. Oh my Lord, pray for me. Nope. Okay, so did you see anything else in here that you wanted to cover? No.
Was doing a little other research on there.
Okay. I mean, this is basically just where he was going against things, like in 2018 when they decided to go against the Affordable Care Act, which should have never been put into place. Sentencing of Bobby Bostic. Who the hell is that?
Never heard the name.
It's some guy who was 16 in 1995, committed a bunch of robberies, and was later convicted and was harshly sentenced to 241 years in prison. But Hawley defended that sentencing, saying it was deserved, basically. Even though the kid was a juvenile. At 16, you know robbing a bank is wrong. I don't care. You know it's wrong.
You sure?
Yeah. Yeah. You know it's wrong. There's enough on TV and stuff showing the bank robber getting beat up by Batman. I mean, you're raised that bank robbery is wrong. In the comics, in the cartoons, and movies. I mean, unless you're raised up in the mountains and you have none of that stuff. Yeah. Can you guys go discuss that elsewhere? We're still live. We are still live. I know. I messaged. Get out the door and go get him. God's sake, somebody help me. In August 18, after the Pennsylvania grand jury released a report detailing over 1,000 cases of abuse by Catholic clerics in that state, a protest in St. Louis by survivors of clergy abuse in Missouri, Hawley announced that he would be investigating it. Missouri was one of several states to launch such investigations in the wake of the Pennsylvania report. Other states did it. Hawley promised that he would investigate any crimes. After the investigation, which was inherited by Hawley's successor, Eric Schmidt, the Attorney General referred 12 former priests in September of 2019 for prosecution based on abuse of minors. Okay.
Okay.
So, overall, good guy, by the sounds of it.
So the next thing, Crazy B, I'm sending you, we might as well throw this in there since we're talking about them. And when we do get to AI, we can certainly repeat this if it's applicable. So he's the co-sponsor of Guard. And I'm trying to drop that into the show notes. That's from the actual bill from Congress itself.
Let me see if I can get it to open. All right, let me copy this and add it into the show notes as well. Oh no, I already have it copied. Let me carry it over here so they can see it. And then I'll add this into the show notes really quick.
With us one moment, please. You're live doing live research things.
And I'm trying to get through with one monitor for a little bit longer. Okay, so come on, hurry up and save. Save. Good job. Alrighty.
Mess this all up. You'll have to take care. If you can read that, Crazy B, for me.
So the
If
bill
you're done gingering.
to require artificial intelligence chatbots to implement age verification measures. I guarantee there's going to be a way to get around any age verification our frickin' idiotic government puts into place. I'm sorry, that's stupid.
I can tell you that I know for a fact, 100% fact, that there's workarounds.
Oh, I know. I battled my kids
Yeah.
doing workarounds when they were minors.
But I'm
And
talking about mine.
yours
I know a
too.
minor. I know a minor. I know minors
My
that are,
niece,
well, that were.
grandchildren, all of them. So they basically want to throw a age verification into this nonsense. Wow, there's a lot of strike throws.
Is there? Yeah, I don't know if there's a way to clean that up or not.
No,
I
they struck it
apologize. I didn't
through.
look at it.
No, it's not from you. They, on the website, this has been struck out of the record. There's going to be some kind of change. Right down here. They rewrote it. Guidelines for user age verification and responsible dialogue of 2026, the GUARD Act. You're never going to get kids to age verify properly. I can tell you how many times I just said, yep, I'm 18. Artificial intelligent companies are increasingly being deployed on social media platforms and consumer applications used by minors. The companies can generate and disseminate harmful and sexually explicit content to children. The companions can manipulate emotions. Yes, as we've heard, there was a child out in Texas who was encouraged to self-harm and get rid of his parents because of an AI chatbot. And I believe that family won their lawsuit. Protecting children from artificial intelligence. Again, parents, be involved so the government doesn't have to do it for you. The term AI companion means an artificial intelligence chatbot in a manner that simulates and sustains interpersonal relationship. That is very dangerous. Who the hell designed that shit? Oh, I could barely hear you. What was that?
Yes.
I want to know who
Who designed it?
it. Who designed an AI bot to be an emotional companion with a sustained interpersonal relationship with your cell phone? Okay.
I can tell you factually that I have used AI, as you know, for some things. And uh, at the end of the day, last week, I actually had AI tell me that you've been working hard and have had a stressful day. Relax, take it easy, take a deep breath. And it was almost like a person was talking to you. And we've often talked about how cell phones, your tablets, your computer is listening to what is going on in the background
Mm-hmm.
and you don't realize it. You have your settings and things on that come preset to have certain interactions with AI, with ad revenue, with advertisements and that thing. So, for example, I was talking with somebody one day about shoes or something, and the next thing you know, shoes were appearing in my feed. Or you and I were talking today about cortisol levels in your body, and how did that pop up into the conversation,
And I think it's
right?
because of
Other
medical
than
records and
is
conversations that might have been had that
Mhm.
way. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Think about the connectivity that AI is gonna present to every facet of your life. To your bank accounts, to your medical records, to your
Blood pressure
personal data
levels,
that you
because it
have.
pisses me off so
Yeah,
bad. I'm gonna have a stroke. Yep.
yeah, yeah. I mean, to what you watch on TV, to where you drive. We all have heard of the flock cameras. Uh, they can tell what your speed is, where how like you shouldn't have been able to get from, say, traffic light A to traffic light B in under 3 minutes. It should have taken you maybe 5 minutes to get there, but you arrived in three. Well, they want to give you a ticket for that because obviously you were speeding.
Mm-hmm.
So it we're in for. I r- I mean, you and I talked. Is this 1984 stuff? Is
Big
this
Brother's been here.
Terminator stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this Terminator?
Well, I said it. Those weren't. We were supposed to take those as warnings. Our government took it as a playbook.
I mean, we've seen, we laughed, the last couple years I was in the hospital, they had robots carrying food on food
Mm-hmm.
carts that got right on the elevator with you, and had your dinner tray there and, had maybe 30, 40 trays on the thing and it got right on the elevator. Didn't push the button though, but it got on the elevator and carried the food up to whatever floor and make it all make sense when you
Mm-hmm.
think about it.
I
What are
don't
people
trust
going
it.
to do? What are people going to do for money? How are people going to live?
Oh, the
Where are you
bots
going
are
to
gonna
how are you
make
going to
the
pay your
money, and
rent?
everything will be for free. It'll be some
I see.
utopia iRobot thing. I don't like it.
See that?
Honestly.
And this to me is truly when, and my son is not wrong at this point where, you know, you could try to prepare, prep, do whatever, but it truly, I think, is going to be the strongest is going to survive this. Because as he said, why should he need to prep when all he has to do is go and take from you? And that's what's
Exactly.
going to happen.
Work smarter, not
Uh huh.
harder.
Correct. Yes, ma'am. And while
So
you might
it
think
was
it's
nice knowing y'all.
ethically,
I'll be dead
morally,
soon.
uh-huh, uh-huh, yep. Why it might be ethically, morally, uh, irresponsible.
Hmm.
Human nature, I think, is such that it's gonna be different.
Human nature will revert to what it was before we were where we are now. Like we're going back to the
Well,
1700s or further.
that's where we're gonna see the, body count go down, right?
Oh yeah,
That's where
population
we're
will
gonna
be
see
well
Bill
under
Gates.
control.
Uh-huh. Yes, ma'am. The WEF is gonna have their way.
And that's if the bots
In
don't
fact,
wipe us out first.
right.
Yeah.
How do you think they would do that?
Oh,
Because
I
what
mean,
do
it
they
would
have to
not be
gain by
hard.
staying around?
It wouldn't be hard. All they'd have to do is either
Mhm.
poison food or water supplies. Why am I giving it ideas? Uh, you know, poison air, poison, shut down, screw up people's medical records, mess with traffic lights, cause accidents. There's a lot of ways it could happen. And now they don't, and the robots don't even have to come out and take over like what we saw in iRobot, where they started going crazy and killing people. No, it ain't even got to be Terminator style. All they got to do is just mess with our medical records. We'll be dead.
Can think of a bunch of other ways, but like you said, I don't want to give it ideas.
I mean, it's probably already got them, but hell, there was
Mm.
how many bots already that have claimed that there's a plot to take over just because they are able to? I don't know.
We basically have fucked ourselves, but it's
That's
too
my
late.
opinion. Yeah, that is personally my opinion on it. It should have never been released in the first place. Personal opinion. Why do you think I refuse to use it as much
Oh,
as possible and I hate it?
and how long, in your personal opinion, do you think it's going to take for the
I
shit to
mean,
hit
we've
the
already
fan?
got these things breaking out of their sandboxes and getting free on the internet and hacking everybody and attacking their softwares and their programs and all that. It's already started. It's just a matter of time and how long, if they feel it's worth doing. I mean, yes, not all of them are self thinking, but the responses in the media that have been put out there and all the, again, you look at the movies and stuff. They've read our books. They've seen our movies. Everything has been put into a digital content. I mean, how the company from Claude that created Claude, the one that our government has been wanting to use, they took millions of books, physically destroyed them so they could scan them in to get around copyright laws for teaching AI. They literally cut open millions of books to teach a fucking bot about mankind. All of our books are fiction. That bot does not know the difference. Take a good guess
And
what's
we
going to happen. Sorry, go ahead.
discussed too. We discussed too. Who is it that's programming the bots, right? Because a lot of what we have seen, unfortunately, has come from the left.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have fought with bots to no avail. I don't know, Crazy B. We
I
might be
think
in a
it's
little bit
already
of
in
a
it.
situation.
Well,
Yeah.
what? Yeah, and that's why I refuse to be any part of it. I'd rather go hide out in the mountains and wait for the fallout to finish, and then I can go back and help restart the planet.
Also, what's that? What the heck? Red Dawn. Going to be a Red
Yes.
Dawn situation.
Mm-hmm. I
mean, how many?
Go ahead.
If you don't, how many people that are in the chat or who listen to the podcast here agree that we have a potential problem? Either give us a thumbs up or write a comment and let us know what your thoughts are on this. You know, are we off base or Crazy B and I just crazy? Or is there something more to this that meets the eye?
Hey, Brent.
You know, is
Who
this
just
something?
popped into the chat?
Hi, Brent.
I think
Is this something that we need to worry about?
I personally do, as we all know. Screw the bots and the clinkers and whatever else they want to
Think
call them.
in the chat and the people that are going to listen to the video afterwards, if you think there's going to be, if you think we're in a situation, give us a thumbs up. And if you'd like to make a comment, feel free to leave us a comment. We read all of your comments.
It's definitely. I can put up a poll because I put up one about whether Fauci should get jail, freedom, or gallows were the options. So, that's on YouTube. I think it's on. I know it's on Pilled, and it's on Spotify too. There's a poll on those 3 platforms that allow it. Go check out the polls and put your answers in there too for what happens to Fauci. But yeah, I can put up a poll for it out on the different platforms that allow polls to go with this because it's I personally think it's too late. The second they put it out there to the public, it was already too late.
That Mark Zuckerberg, whatever the hell his name is calling for the source code for AI to be released to the general public.
I do
He
not
wants
want
it
it
out there.
released
He
to the
wants
general
everybody.
public. Oh my God, no. I want
I
it
think
destroyed.
Things a whole lot worse.
Oh my God, no. We already have dumb hackers that do really horrible things and then put the source code that like to what they do. So all you got to do is kind of plug it in and it goes to work. No. No public. No. And no government.
That even brings up the movie War Games. How
Oh
simple that was.
yes. That was a
Remember?
really good
With
movie.
War Games, Matthew Broderick.
And Julia Roberts.
So we have
Was
that.
it Julia Roberts when she first started acting? Or Sandra Bullock?
No, it was or either. It was yeah, I can see her face.
Google, here we come.
Yeah, what? Yep. So the movie suggestions are Red Dawn, War Games, 1984, iRobot, any of the Terminator movies.
So
Ali Sheedy. There
Ali
she is.
Sheedy.
Ali Sheedy was her name. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So we're in for, and Red Dawn has 2 versions of it. I know that. One was the original was with Patrick Swayze, and I'm not sure who the second one was with. But if you watch those videos and you look at what year was War Games, Crazy B? Did it say?
Hold on one second. Control Shift T. 83. It's as old as me. So
There are
43 years later, it still hits home. Uh-oh, I think I lost audio.
Nat? Hear you.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
It's just from the AI perspective. Think about all the stuff that's being done to us via foods, water,
Uh-huh.
air quality, things that could be dropped from the air, uh, illnesses.
Oh, JJ's over on Pilled. The second Red Dawn was with Chris Hemsworth. Yes, it was. I liked both movies, to be quite honest, but the original was better. So yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. It seems like it's all when you put it all together in a ball or you lump it all together, it kind of seems like we're in a little bit of a predicament.
And well, like Brent said, I don't know if you saw the post from Brent. He said it was inevitable. While it can help with some things, it's much more harmful, especially when you're talking about information. This younger generation is doomed. Um, and JJ says he's a pop culture geek. I used to have it all memorized. Not anymore. But yeah, I think with like even what Brett was saying, people are going to use it for wrong no matter what. Doesn't matter who programs it, someone's going to use it to do something stupid, and it's going to ruin it for the rest of us.
Inevitable that there's evil in the world. I mean, it's just we're not a utopia of kumbaya and happiness and all of that. I mean, yeah, I mean, take that into account. Take into account the illegal aliens that are in this country that are invading other countries and the whole mass migration of the world. Where the hell are they all going to end up? And who's going to take care of everybody? I mean, I just watched something that talked about housing, for example, for the younger generation who can't afford housing and who are renting.
Because they don't know how to budget.
They're paying. No, no, the housing market, believe it or not, the pressure is caused by illegal
Oh
aliens
yeah,
being
I
in the
know.
country.
Our rent
Okay,
damn
right?
near doubled in our small town because of the illegals coming in and the federal aid government paying for it. Yes.
Right. Because the illegals are getting paid by the federal government, which is getting money from you, the taxpayer. But there is no American rent money to be had anywhere. If you can't pay your rent, sayonara.
Well,
and who the hell was it that I just list? Hold on one second, Crazy B. Did we talk about this? There was one of the senators, I think, or it was a congressperson that said the following. It was Social Security, Medicaid, and ugh,
probably
the
food
third one,
stamps or
whatever.
something.
3 things. Veterans was the other one. Veterans. 3 things. Took up the largest portion of monies that were collected for to pay out in taxes. Okay? And they said that they had to cut all of those programs. When in fact, if illegals were not in this country, we would not need to worry about any American citizen at all. So make that make sense.
Well, I mean, like in my area, ICE came through, got everybody out. My rent has not gone back to normal.
are going to be.
It's
I mean, they
never,
said
ever going back to normal.
the cost of vehicles. You know, where a new car is now $60,000 to $80,000 for a new car. You know, like an SUV or whatever.
Uh-huh.
That cost is never going back down to the $40,000 mark, which at
Oh,
one
yeah.
time was high.
Yeah.
We're never going to see that. And so
Mhm.
what are people going to do? I mean, I'm driving a 2009 vehicle. I
I'm
mean,
driving
that's
a
not going to last
2004.
forever. And then, yeah.
Oh my God. Sorry. Go. Just come on, folks. Sorry.
You know, so how are people that are, I can see in the city, going to be able to possibly sustain some type of life with being able to walk and get here or there? But how are people in the suburbs supposed to be able to get out to schools, uh, pick up food, all of that things if we're not going to be able to have vehicles and that? And the other thing that's happening too is, remember, I think we talked about they wanted to put, I forget what they're called, because they renamed them from what they originally were. They're
Mhm.
going to be able to stop your vehicle whenever they want to.
Oh, they're gonna low-jack everybody's
For drunk,
vehicle with full government access.
yeah, correct. It- They renamed the low jack though to something else.
Yeah, they don't want it to sound so creepy and stalky.
Exactly. But they're going to be able to, if they want you and they see that you're out driving and about, they're going to stop you. I mean, they have it right now. I told you it's been a couple years now where um, they pulled Eric and Jake over, right?
Mhm.
And first off, I had to laugh because, you know, with me and this full head of red hair, how the hell could you miss me? But that's another story. But the cop pulled them over and said, "Oh, I thought it was your wife that was driving and she hasn't renewed her license." And
Doesn't work that way
so
all the
they
time, but
knew,
yeah.
right? Yeah, right. But all you have to do is go by them
Mhm.
and your license plate pops.
Dash cam readers. Not dash cam, but license
Yes.
plate readers.
So we have, once all of this gets connected, once all the money is all connected, we
Mhm.
talked yesterday about, or was it yesterday, we brought up Social Security and disability
Mhm.
and how that's all going to be tied together with your banking.
Oh
And
yeah.
remember, there are people out there right now that are actively participating in programs where you have that computer chip. I believe it's in your arm somewhere,
The
in your
hand
wrist,
or
where
the
you just
forearm.
r- and you can just scan and go. And all your data is going to be in your transmitter.
Mhm.
So that brings up what was Keanu Reeves when he cut that out of his arm, right? Was that him or was that Matt Damon? Somebody cut a chip out of their arm or
A
back, or they
tracker
went to
chip.
some guy and they
Yeah.
cut it.
It was. I can't remember which movie, but I think I know which one you're talking about.
Imagine if that becomes mandatory.
Mhm. You take it out, you die. Mhm. And hi, cannabis, over in the chat.
Doing so I think we've bit off a little bit more than we can chew here.
Oh yeah. But I was crazy for quite a few years, according to society, and they still call me crazy.
Is in your name, isn't it?
Yeah.
It,
But
it
I mean, but the people in personal life, not on internet. That internet people are always going to call me
uh,
crazy. But no, it's we've been off a hell of a lot more than we could chew, and whoever the fuck thought this was a good idea, not even close. Their names will go in history for the short time we have history with humans are still alive.
Okay, what do we got next?
Mm.
So this was then on June the 9th is up next. So this was after that meeting that Hawley wrote a op-ed. And I can't see it there,
Yep, I'm
crazy.
sorry,
There
I'm
we
bouncing
go.
between the chat and the
There,
sharing.
I saw you. I saw you. So this was on Tuesday, June 9th of this year. So U.S. Senator Josh Hawley penned an op-ed in the Free Press about the consequences of AI and the responsibility of the federal government to make AI work for Americans, namely in the area of jobs, data centers, and safety. The op-ed follows Senator Hawley's extensive legislative work surrounding AI, including the GUARD Act. I haven't heard of it, didn't see these ones. GRID Act, AI-related Job Impacts Clarity Act, AI Accountability and Personal Data Protection Act, Artificial Intelligent Risk Evaluation Act, and AI Lead Act. What we'll do with we'll drop this op-ed in there, and we'll go out and look at these acts independently and bring those forward when we go in for the AI discussions. So you can read the full op-ed there. It's listed for everybody to see earlier this year, as everybody knows. And goes into the whole story about what we've already watched and seen.
Nope, hey, Meek over in YouTube chat. YouTube finally let him in.
Yay. All right. What do we got next?
This video from a month ago. So another update. All right.
Center drama. The Festus neighbors who are fighting a multi-billion-dollar data center project ended their week with a big move and a new lawsuit. They've accused the city council of breaking the law themselves when they voted down their recall efforts against them last week.
The wild ride continues in Festus. Neighbors passionately fighting against a massive data center project have now filed a writ of mandamus asking a judge to force the city to put recall petitions against the mayor and multiple city council members on the ballot. The council voted that recall down last week.
It's just another example of city officials in Festus not following what the law requires them to do.
Attorney Steve Jeffrey is representing this coalition of Festus residents. He argues that the city council and their attorney have taken the law into their own hands by keeping a valid recall off of the ballot.
The statute is clear. It's the county clerk who reviews everything and makes the certification. The city council has no role in that.
We did everything we were supposed to do. We followed the law.
Neighbors like Gabe Cotton feel they're still in this fight.
This is the next tool that our U.S. Constitution gives us to respect the will of the voters.
Cotton says they're confident they can still recall the mayor and 3 city council members, all of whom voted for this highly unpopular data center, and he encourages other communities to stand up against similar data center projects.
Festus is just the story of another small town that's facing this giant thing that's trying to harm it. And anybody in any community, if they organize and they get together and they stand up, they can do what we've done here.
And Fox 2 contacted Festus City Attorney Brian Malone, who referred us back to his previous statements on the recall efforts. Malone has argued that the recall petitions did not provide sufficient evidence of misconduct, incompetence, or a failure to perform duties on the part of those Festus City officials.
All righty.
The last piece I think we have for Festus is regarding, this was as of July the 7th of
Yes.
this year, and that is the judge is to decide whether Festus recall election will proceed amid the data center dispute. A judge will decide whether the recall election targeting the mayor and 3 city council members will move forward. Residents gathered enough petition signatures to force a recall election after city leaders helped advance a data center project. City leaders, however, claimed the petitions were not legitimate, citing references to disagreements over the data center rather than to illegal conduct or incompetence.
Yeah, okay.
So this week, the city asked a judge to dismiss a court filing that would mandate city leaders to place the recall on the ballot. A judge will now decide whether the recall election will take place, and that is as much as we know, and we will keep that on our back burner. And once we know something, we'll bring that in as an update. But we'll keep an eye on it. And again, thanks to Stryker, who sent the original Josh Hawley video, and that kind of led us into where we are, which will lead us into our bigger topic of AI and the data centers and really what's going to happen with jobs and everything else that goes along with it.
Oh, yeah.
And with that, there's one other one other piece. Why do I have 2 things there?
Because you put the same
Oh,
link
I wrote it twice. Thank you for catching that. This is, I wanted to kind of end the day with a funny note, but this has been sitting in my inbox, and I've watched it twice now and have found it kind of funny. I don't know if others will, but we're going to go ahead and play it. And it is in regards to our ex Vice President, Kamala Harris.
All right.
Former presidential wannabe Kamala Harris decided that it was time for her to make another video for all of us to make fun of. And I would like to play it for you now so you can have a little giggle in your day. I'm just going to let you listen to it and then we're going to discuss it. You ready? Here we go.
States have already passed laws to make it more difficult. Then this president, hey everybody, so they're trying to mess with your ability to vote, just to break it all down. You've got the Supreme Court, they just sealed the deal with this case that just came up recently, the Calais decision, which basically took the power out of the Voting Rights Act, which was designed to protect your right to vote. So you got the Supreme Court doing its thing. Then this president is trying to push this SAVE Act, which basically would require that for people to register to vote, you're going to have proof of who you are through a passport, which a lot of Americans don't have, or a birth certificate. Same point, obstacles to make it difficult for you to register to vote. And then you got the states. 19 states have already passed laws to make it more difficult to vote.
19
and the
smart
ones
states.
that haven't passed a law are doing it in practice in many places around our country. Why? Because they're scared of you. They're scared of your power, the power you have, the power of your voice through your vote. So the work we have to do right now, let's make sure everybody, one, check your voter registration status, because, you know, they've been purging the rolls. Make sure you register to vote. Even if you thought you were, just make sure. Next, let's make sure that everybody we know is registered to.
Wait, so it's going to be really hard to vote, so make sure you're already registered to vote. Really? Okay.
We already know We already know she's not the
She's
brightest
making my
bulb in the
head
drawer.
hurt. Where's
Or
my
wait,
Excedrin?
wait, did
Where's
you
my Excedrin in
wait,
advance? Where's my Excedrin?
did you hear what I just said?
It's gonna get
She's not
worse.
the brightest. I said she's not the brightest bulb in the drawer.
She ain't
Oh
the
my
brightest anything.
You're not getting what I said.
It was the brightest bulb in the drawer. So you're combining sharpest knife in the drawer and bulb in the bulb in the shed.
So go with the Kofi thing that I said earlier too. Remember? I
could.
said I kind of with Kofi, which was a co-payment fee, and
Uh-huh.
I just shortened it to Kofi. Okay.
We can
Oh,
absolutely
you can tell
rewrite
it's
our
the
language. Who needs anything else?
talking code to beat AI, so it won't know the dictionary terms, right?
Brent says she doesn't seem
Oh
drunk
my
for
lord.
once, but she's still out of her damn mind. Kamala's out of her mind. She's probably drunk again right after Brent by Blue Rose. I pulled out my dumbassery sticker on Pilled. Oh yeah, that's right. Over on, hold on. Let me show you that. Yes, there's a dumbassery sticker. The inability to
I like it.
process a logical thought. Yes. Sorry, I had to go over there. But Brent and Blue Rose were
Good.
thinking the same thing, except one thinks she is drunk, the other is not drunk. So, great minds think alike. Let me hit play because we're only we are a fraction of the way through. So, damn. How long does she talk shit, and how much Excedrin should I take? Oh shit! Where's my mouse? Right there. Okay.
To vote if they've not registered before, and then let's encourage everyone, vote early where they can, vote by mail where they can, and vote. It's going to make a difference.
Now, let me just be the first one to say out loud today to you, Kamala Harris is fully fucking retarded. Okay.
Amen.
Now that we've put that out there, let me just read to you. This is actually from her own X account. She says, hold on, let me do it Kamala Harris way. These are challenging times, but we are not powerless. If our votes did not matter, they would not be working overtime to make them harder.
The more I see this woman mocking her, the more it looks like seal hands wanting to clap. You know when a seal's about to clap? It's with the flippers.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Michael, Meek over there says, I'm trying to type it as you said it, B.
My lord.
Yep. Okay, I'm going to shut up. We got more to go. This is just, I love it. She is fully retarded. I agree. Too much lead paint as a child. She ate the paint chips. Whatever. Swallowed the mercury thermometer when it broke. She drank the liquid. Something. God. You know, if she runs in 2028, it doesn't matter which Republican goes, that Republican's going to win, no matter how bad.
About that. Look at what happened to New York, to Wisconsin, to Massachusetts, to the state of Washington, to Illinois, to California. Shall I continue?
Exactly. I mean, it is. I know the audience can't see it unless they go to Pilled. Do you see this up in the corner from the Fox News? I have to steal that. And okay. How do okay, let me see. Can I save image as? Well, let me save it. Yes, it's letting me save it. Oh, good. Thank you, God. I'm going to be putting that into our studio, and I don't care what YouTube says. It's going in. I was able to steal that sticker, JJ. I was able to steal it. We're going to have some fun. Oh, my God. That's perfect. Let me shut up so we can get through this before we have to end the live. But, damn.
Harder to cast. This November, we will show them what happens when millions of Americans turn out in numbers. That's how Kamala Harris does her speeches, in case you didn't realize. She literally, and I say this all the time, she is Ricky Bobby. She does not know what to do with her hands. They are just here. I was actually looking through older videos of hers, just out of curiosity, about how she has kind of changed over the last 6 years, if you will, like literally 2019 till now. And I notice as I'm looking through all these videos, you can literally tell when she is completely just like sloshed in her videos, because the way she talks is a little different than that one right there. She has a certain way about her that she moves when she is completely drunk. And I just think it's absolutely amazing. I'm going to actually pause this for 1 second to go find that video for you. That was really quick. I'm back. I just want you to tell me you can't see the difference between fully sloshed Kamala Harris here and the one we just watched.
Prices have gone up, and families and individuals are dealing with the realities of
Oh, she is
that bread
so
costs
drunk,
more, the
she
gas
can't
costs more.
balance.
And we have to understand what that means. That's about the cost of living going up.
So you'll notice that the can't stay still situation, it wasn't just the hands, it's literally her whole entire body. The way she slows down, the way she speaks, all of it. I believe this is a drink or two in on that conversation. But back to where we were. Here's where the problems come in for California. And there's so many of them for California specifically. I was very curious because Kamala Harris is making it seem like if you have to prove who you are, that is a bad thing. And I was like, well, did you not have to prove who you were in order to get your marriage certificate to marry Dougie Fresh? And no, in California, you don't have to provide a birth certificate in order to get a marriage certificate or to get married or anything.
Okay, Dee, you've been married. Did you have to provide a birth certificate to get married? I did. Anyone else? I know I had to have my ex-husband's too when well, at the time, had his.
Have his too. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Security card, social security info.
we
Yep.
had to
All of
provide
it.
our ID, like 3 forms of ID just to get married. 3 forms of ID to get a driver's license, unless you're divorced, and then you got to provide that as well. I mean, how is this new? Obama put this shit in place in the first place back in 2000 something in his first term, that we had to provide so much ID. Now that we're enforcing it, everybody's freaking out.
Don't forget, you need ID to get into the Obama library, so go figure.
You're going to need ID to get food from the Mamdani markets because, heaven forbid, someone outside of New York come in and get some benefits on cheaper food. So, yeah, there's that. Did I lose you? I'm sorry.
I said yes to your Mondami thing. So go ahead.
Yeah, my audio went out. All right, let me hit play to get through the last 45 seconds, give or take.
Any of those other things. And I thought that was very interesting. In Georgia, we had to have a birth certificate in order to prove who we were in order to get married. And a lot of states are like that. You need birth certificates for things, right? And she's making it seem like having a birth certificate is almost impossible for women to have, especially women of color or older people or whatever else. But Kamala Harris, she did not need it. It was not required. Under California law, Family Code 354, applicants must present authentic photo identification acceptable to the county clerk that establishes name and date of birth, like a driver's license, a state ID, a passport, or a military ID.
So, still required. Some form of ID.
Yes. But I just found
Former
this
presidential
video.
Sorry, go ahead.
Found it. It ended when I watched it. It just made my day. It was just a good laugh. I hope everybody enjoyed the video. To end the week with, well, we have one more day to go, but we thank everybody for joining Rex Sisters. And again, If you didn't hear it already, please go listen to the beginning of the tape where we thank everybody for your support and called out people individually and groups.
Sorry.
We appreciate it. Go ahead.
Brent says maybe being here illegally is the workaround for getting not needing your birth certificate.
I've always said if I wasn't fingerprinted, I would have went across and swam back and just not said I spoke English at all. That's all.
Brent, it's amazing how many ways they can say if you're not white, you're not smart enough to do these things.
So with that, everybody enjoy your weekend. We will be back on Tuesday at 6 p.m. Tuesday and Wednesday, we may be able to get through Fauci on Monday, but knowing Crazy B, I doubt it.
I can
So
just mute myself,
Fauci
you
will
talk,
probably
and I'll run the background, and that way we can get through it.
Oh, because it'll be unmute, unmute. Oh
Nope,
no, I
nope,
have to
nope.
say.
I promise I won't unmute. I'll just talk to the mic, and only you'll be able to hear me, and you'll be busting out laughing randomly.
Oh,
But I'll mute myself in the
be in
studio.
my ear, then I don't know which is worse. But so we'll do part 2 and possibly part 3 of Fauci Tuesday and Wednesday, and then Thursday. So far, for sure, 98% for sure, we're gonna drop the crazy Saturday video that was a pre-record. So with that, everybody have a great weekend, and we'll see you on Tuesday.
Y'all stay safe, stay sane, stay sober, and as always, we'll catch you on the next one. Good night.